Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 most expensive fragrances in my collection and how much I actually paid for them, so stay tuned for that. If you like the content, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. So this was a tag video that I was recently tagged in by the Scented Engineer. Gonna leave a link to his channel down below. He has a lot of really great reviews, so do check his channel out. And I'm gonna go off the bat and tag someone right away as well. I'm gonna go with Troy D 247 Mall. Do check out his channel. He's got a great channel with a lot of good content. I'll leave a link down below to his as well, and I hope he does this tag video. So this is going to be, I guess, all of the big shot fragrances, all the niche fragrances in my collection. Not all of them, but it is certainly a lot of them. And I'm going to be doing this in order of their retail price, and then I'll tell you where I actually ended up getting them and how much I paid for them. The first one on this list is actually Naxos by Serge. This is a really great tobacco honey scent. This one actually blew me away when I first smelled it. Now, actually a subscriber did send me a sample of this, but I think by the time I got it, I had decided I was just going to buy it anyways. Didn't smell the sample, so this was technically a blind buy, and it was probably one of the best blind buys I've ever made. So this, you can get on Lucky Scent, I think, for $220 retail. It is similar to Pure Havane, but if you really love this fragrance, I think it is worth that price point. But I actually paid $165 for this on the gray market. I paid significantly less because I decanted, as you might see, it's pretty empty. I decanted 65 or 60 mils of this out. I forget how much it was priced, but it was basically my price per milliliter. That's what I had charged for it. So I really didn't pay much for this 40 mil partial when you actually factor that in. So I think it was a fantastic deal to me, and absolutely worth it. Next on the list is none other than Moonlight in Heaven by Kilian. Of course, this is one that I really enjoy. I love the blue bottle. I love the Kilian aesthetic. You know, I have to mention that every time I talk about these fragrances because the aesthetic is amazing. Now, I did actually buy this from a retail store. It retails $240. This did not come with the coffer, which for me is good. I'm not a big fan of the Moonlight in Heaven coffer, and I never was, so I like the cheaper price without the coffer. And they had a sale at Neiman Marcus a little while ago, and so I decided to pick this one up. And it retails $240, and I got it for $190, which I think is not a bad price for a brand new in-box Kilian. So that is that one. Next on the list, now I actually found a hard time finding retail for this because it is actually discontinued. And I don't remember exactly how much it cost, and I'm not 100% sure on how much I actually paid for it either. But that is Rocha Parfum Fetish Pour Homme EDP. Now, the Parfum is still purchasable. This is the EDP concentration. I really do also like the Rocha aesthetic. Nice 50 ml bottles. Caps look nice, and I love the metal plaque on the front. Very polished, very refined. You know, the lettering on the side also very refined. And I will be doing a review on this one. This one was a blind buy as well. Just wanted to have a Rocha, and this is the one that I went for. This is a nice fragrance. I will say that. Very opulent, very luxurious fragrance, but I will review that. Definitely better for the colder months. One reason I haven't reviewed it yet. But I think this one retailed for around $275, and I did pay $265. So I almost paid full retail on this one, but I'm happy with this purchase. I like to have this bottle in my collection. So next on the list is another Rocha, and I did pick this one up as soon as it came out. Or very shortly after it came out. I think I got it about a month after it came out. Creation E Parfum Cologne. I decided I really wanted to try this one. This one is the one that sounded like it appealed the most to me. Gorgeous bottle as well. I love the Parfum Cologne style. And this was a good blind buy. I think this is one of the best tobacco fragrances for men. Easy to wear in casual and formal situations. Very good, and I think the value is better than the Parfum. unless you absolutely love this fragrance, can't get enough of it. I mean, I do really like it, but if it's like your favorite fragrance, you might prefer the Parfum, or you like a little additional depth. I mean, that's up to each individual. I believe this retails for around $290, and I paid $210. I got this on the gray market. Pretty sure you can get it a little bit cheaper now. I think these go for about $190. I'm not entirely sure. But this was a blind buy, and I think it was a successful one. Very nice for the fall and winter. Fantastic for, you know, just everyday wear, really, but also good for more formal occasions. So, next on the list is another Kilian, actually. And this is Black Phantom. Now, I did get this one with the coffer, so I do have the coffer for this one. And I did want the coffer for this one. It's cool. You know, it's got the skeleton box on it. I did get the older gunmetal one. I have had this for a long time. This was one of the first niche fragrances I bought and the first Kilian that I ever bought. I got a partial from someone, and I'm very lucky. I feel very lucky because it was on the gray market. I got a partial. You know, I've had official samples from the boutique, and this one, you know, matches the fragrance profile like exactly, performs amazing. So, luckily I didn't get ripped off, because this was not actually from one of the most, I didn't know this person that well, which is always a risk you take. But I did buy this as a partial. Now it retails for $295, and I believe with a coffer I paid $210, which I think is a fair price. It was like 90% full, so it wasn't really missing much. I've since put a pretty big dent in it. Don't know if you can actually see there, but it's about 60% now. But that was a great purchase. Absolutely loved that one on first sniff. That one really did live up to the hype for me. Next one, I'm actually going to do a two-way tie, because they're from the same house and they are the same price retail. And that is Parfums de Marley Galloway and Parfums de Marley Sedley. This is the 2020 composition. Sedley's a little bit older, so it is easier to find cheaper. That one I got from fragrancebuy.ca, and I got a tester, and I think it was around 130 USD. Retails for $295. Sedley I got from someone in the Parfums de Marley fragrance group, very reliable seller in the group. And because it is the new 2020 release, it is a little bit more expensive. The price may go down in the future, but this is $295 as well, but I got this for $165. So fantastic deal on both of those. Very happy with both of them, actually. So this is a great fresh fragrance, lasts a very long time, has a really nice peppery musk, has a little bit of a citrus element too that adds a nice twist. And it is actually a really nice fresh fragrance. So I enjoy that one a lot. And it has a bit of aquatic sort of freshwater vibe in the opening. Very clean fragrance. This one, Sedley, as I mentioned in my review, absolutely think that they fixed all the performance issues with this fragrance. So I'm very happy with what they did, and lasts a long time, very strong, good projection. So really enjoy that one as well. Great for the summer. And I'm glad they listened to people. I'm glad they did fix those performance issues. Next one on the list, one that I had looked for and sought after for a long time, and that is Side Effect by Initio. So Initio fragrances, very expensive, $305 USD for this retail. This is a really beautiful boozy tobacco fragrance, and that's, along with gourmands, my favorite genre of fragrance. And it's absolutely beast mode. So it's a great fragrance, lasts a long time, and, you know, performs fantastically. Smells amazing. I paid $195 from this, and I did also get this one from a very reliable seller on the gray market. And that was in the Parfums de Marley and Initio Facebook group. So fantastic deal with that one. Very happy with that purchase. Can't wait until it cools down a little bit more so I can actually wear this one. So that is that one, and we are now into the top 3 fragrances. Next one is another Parfums de Marley, and this is Owajan. This retails for $320. I mean, you could say it's worth it at that price, but why pay retail when you don't have to? It is also quite expensive, so it's a lot harder to justify at that price point. Also picked this one up on the gray market. Same guy as I got Sedley from. And I paid $135, I believe, for this one. Fantastic deal, really. Beautiful honey cinnamon fragrance. Some people get a little bit of an apple pie vibe with this one. I personally don't. But I do really, really love this one. And when I'm in the mood to wear this one, absolutely luxurious feeling, absolutely opulent and classy. Very, very good fragrance. And it performs exceptionally well. So this is like one I usually actually only go about 2 sprays with because it is pretty beast mode. But anyways, $135 for this one, which I think is absolutely worth it. And that is a fantastic price that I picked up that one for. The next one, yet another Kilian, perhaps my favorite Kilian, and that is Straight to Heaven Extreme. This is a limited edition. Retails at, I believe, $325, so not cheap. This one only comes full presentation with the coffer. Really wish they'd make a refill for this one, even if they discontinue the bottle or whatever, because I'm not really into buying 2 full presentation bottles as having a backup. I don't really like backups to begin with, but I would like to be able to refill this if the opportunity arises. But in any case, I paid almost full retail for this one. Very hard to find on the gray market. Very hard to find testers of this one. Very hard to find discounts on this one. But if you can, of course, you want to verify that it's authentic. But if you can, it would be a great steal. I really wish I could have got it. But I actually got someone from the Kilian Facebook group. I did mention him in a previous video, Maximos. He was kind enough to buy this for me at retail, which was a little bit cheaper actually that in Greece, and he mailed it there and basically just charged me the price of that he paid plus shipping. So he didn't actually charge me anything at all for it. So that was a really nice move. And he actually included a bunch of samples, which was really fantastic as well. I really got to dig through some of those and do some reviews on them. But in any case, really appreciate that. And I actually believe the price to me was around 310 USD. So I did pay a little bit less for it. But I think it's one that's worth retail. It's very hard to justify that price point for me, but it is a fantastic fragrance, limited edition, and really to me it is worth it. But it's one of those ones that I think you have to really love it to buy it because it's very expensive. So last but not least, we are at the most expensive fragrance that I own, although that kind of fluctuates because this does only sell in the UK, and that is none other than Italica. By Serge. This is a Harvey Nichols exclusive, so you can only pick it up in the UK. Retails £275, so that is a very expensive fragrance. I think that works out to about the same price as the Kilian. It's around $325 USD right now, $330, something like that. And this one is a fantastic gourmand fragrance for gourmand lovers. This is one that smells great, like a nice creamy almond biscuit. Absolutely fantastic. Great sillage. I think this is the sillage king, really. So it doesn't push off too crazy, but it definitely lingers in the air. And it definitely has a very strong scent bubble when you're in it. When someone else is in it, they smell it. And it does smell like a really delicious baked good. Absolutely sensual. Absolutely amazing. So I mean, if you get the chance to get a decant, definitely try it out first. Some people have been disappointed with this. You know, fragrance is subjective, so some people have been disappointed with this one, but I love it. This is my second bottle. I originally did buy one full retail at Harvey Nichols. That ended up leaking, so I decanted pretty much almost all of it out, except for I think I kept 20 mil, and I did end up making my money back, so that was really good. I wasn't too upset about it. Serge did have a 15% off online, and they temporarily released this fragrance online. So I think, and the price, really interestingly, for Canada and America, the price was cheaper than Harvey Nichols. So it retailed at, I think, around 240 euros plus a 15% discount. Now, I did have to pay shipping on this, and being in Canada, there was also customs, so that definitely puts it at a price point over the Straight to Heaven Extreme. But This is one that I wanted to have in my collection, and it is a beautiful gourmand fragrance. And this one, since the bottle does not leak and it's nice and pristine, I probably will keep this to myself and not sell any of it. And so it'll probably last me 5 or 10 years, to be honest with you. And then, you know, by that point, there'll be other gourmand fragrances, or maybe I'll find myself in the UK if I really need to pick up another bottle. So there is actually one bonus. It's a bonus because I talk about it a lot, but I'm going to include it in this video for the sake of this video and for the sake of keeping it, 100% accurate. That fragrance, which is the most expensive retail fragrance I own, is Viking. I absolutely love this one. Some people say it smells like Old Spice. If it does, it's, a very mature, classy version of Old Spice. It's spicy. It has a little bit of mint in it to add that nice cooling effect. It has a beautiful rose note in the mid, which I really, really enjoy. And having a nice masculine rose is really something special. Love this fragrance a lot. Definitely going to be breaking this out. I find better for the fall, winter, but you can wear it in the spring for sure. And maybe on a cooler day or an evening in the summer as well. I wouldn't wear it in the high heat. But anyways, retails for $495 USD. I picked this one up at Costco for $160 USD. So absolutely fantastic value there. And I actually didn't even pay tax because I was in Oregon when I picked this one up. So there was no tax. It was just $160. And absolutely happy to pick that one up. When that bottle runs out, that might possibly be it, because that is a very expensive fragrance and it's very hard to find that cheap, especially when you're in Canada. So, we'll see what happens. I probably will have this for a few years now, at least, before I actually work my way through it. So not too worried about running out about it yet. Anyways, that's it. That's my collection, my most expensive fragrances. Leave a comment down below. What is the most expensive fragrance that you own in your collection, and how much did you pay for it? And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.